itself, they've been changing with time. And they leave the rules changes to the voters, to the crowd itself. The crowd makes the rules. So, hey, we have what the crowd loves. And I can't wait to keep putting on
It's exciting as shit to watch.
Yes.
When is the next fight?
Next fight is in Miami, December next month.
Where can we watch it, Luis?
You can watch it free on YouTube. It's going to be live.
I love it.
Recorded after. You can watch it after.
If you're at home right now, follow Karate Combat's YouTube channel. Set the alerts.
Yeah, and follow Luis as well on social media. What is your Instagram and your different handles?
Yes, my Instagram is LUISFE MMA or LuisFe MMA. Please watch videos. If you go to that page, I promise you'll be entertained.
I'm telling you, he is incredibly excited. Not only that, but getting to know you a little bit, you're an electrical engineer.
That is correct.
So, I want to get into this, and we're going to be with you for the next, few hours, obviously, calling some of these fights. The balance of life when you go from amateur to professional and also trying to hold down a job, it's got to be very, very difficult. I want to talk to you about that a little bit. But an electrical engineer, that's not something that you can just kind of half-ass.
No, that
In
is
addition
correct.
to the training and the fighting, how do you juggle all that?
Hey, hard work, dedication. I was raised in a fighting, martial arts family. My parents met fighting, so I've been raised in this balance of sports and also working on your education. So that's why I pursue the electrical engineer. I work here at Knowles. I'm local. And, I just completed my master's degree 4 months ago.
Congratulations.
And, balancing that with a professional career that I'm pursuing right now. I mean, hey, it's going great.
What an
it's
awesome
only going to get better.
But the best part for me about you, Luis, is no matter how good you got or how many people thought you were amazing, you're always just straight. This is who you are.
Yes, I'm always happy.
You don't let anything get to your head. You are who you are, and nothing but respect for that.
Yeah,
I'm always
so
happy.
I
love
appreciate
that. You don't meet very many people that are just generally good energies and always happy. You are a joy to be around, man. Absolutely. And watching your fights.
Thank you so much.
Too. Absolutely. So you said your parents, both fighters?
Didn't they own a school, a Taekwondo school?
Yes. Check. You hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, my parents, my mom owned a karate school.
Wow.
And, she was a really technical fighter. And my dad also had a gym. It wasn't his gym. He was training at that gym with his brother. But he was just huge. And back in the day, you have all these awesome movies. You have Bruce Lee. You have Chuck Norris. So the best thing that you could achieve is to gym storm. Going to different gyms and test yourself and challenge the people. And that's what my dad did up until he went to my mom's gym and he beat everyone up, and that's how they fell in love. And a few months later,
I love it.
That's awesome.
I was born.
I love it. You were a product of that ass kicking.
Yes, sir.
Now, do people know over at Knowles Atomic what you do? Do they know that you're a fighter over at Knowles Atomic?
Yeah, they do. My manager knows. We work together because every time that I have to go to this fights events, I have to take vacation. They know we coordinate all that.
Luis Melendez is with us.
Now
We're going to kick it up
fighting
to the
out
cage
of our
now for
blue
the
corner at
official fighter introduction.
144.7 pounds, representing Team Chicao from Schenectady, New York, Musa Barros. Now fighting out of a red corner at 144 pounds, representing Carmicella MMA from Clifton Park, New York, Esrades Deadpool Ramos.
All right, Luis. Musa is a teammate of yours. You had mentioned that, coming over. What can you tell us about Musa? Because he's 0-0. He was supposed to fight several times, but they fell out for whatever reason.
No, Musa's not 0-0.
Oh, maybe his brother was. I'm sorry.
His brother was
I'm
0-0,
sorry.
and you already saw his brother. That fight was fantastic. Musa is a more developed fighter. You're going to see mixing his wrestling and his boxing. It's really good boxing, really good reflex. We're going to see a high-paced fight, just what the fans want.
They're both built like brick shithouses.
They are.
Good shot to the body right there, too.
You know, and Ramos has to be careful taking that long stance there because Barros can really take advantage of that with punches and kicks.
Barros really sits down on his punches, too.
Nice jab to the upper. Oh, that was close. Fighting for position here. Musa
like
trying
that
to
knee
punch
and
out of the
angle.
clinch. You know, I mentioned earlier in the night, Luis, before you joined us, that's one thing that we don't see enough of with these guys is punching out of the clinch. It's a very underestimated part of the game.
Yes, that's part of the game, and we're going to see that the more fights
Nice
these
right
fighters get, they're going to start developing their game.
Nice knee. Musa doing a good job controlling the hands. He's got the underhook. Oh, he's got overhook. Couldn't see it. Double overs.
Good control in the cage. Good pressure.
Ramos definitely wants to slow this down.
I mean, Ramos is definitely, he's respectful of Barros' power, but Ramos not afraid to get in there and mix it up. He knows what he has to do.
Ooh,
Probably
great knee.
he wants to keep the fight at
He wants
close
to close
range,
the distance, yes.
obviously.
Musa doing a nice job blocking that right elbow down, making it uncomfortable at least. Nice jab. But again, Ramos is not deterred.
Not at all. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? No? Okay. No.
All right, here we go. Barros using that lateral movement. Ramos trying to stalk him. Nice work to the body. Nice body shot.
.35 seconds left to go. Round number 1.
Musa does a good job with his distance like his brother does, pulling
Yes.
just out of the way, but not too far.
Great distance management.
Nice inside leg kick.
And those hurt. For the people that don't see
Oh,
that,
it sucks.
watching that
It
hurts
sucks.
so much.
And if you don't believe us, come on over and let Luis kick you.
I remember I asked once, I go, do those leg kicks, like scale of 1 to 10? They both were like, let me try one. I'm like, absolutely.
We can do a kicking challenge with me.
Interesting round.
That's a tough round to score.
Very much so.
It is.
You know, because honestly, Ramos had control of the cage a bit more. I feel like Musa had a little bit more damage.
Yes, you can see a difference between this fight and his brother. You can see that this fight is a little bit more. It's a lower pace. You can that tells you that the fighters are a little bit more mature and they're taking the risk when they have to. They're not just going all out and getting tired. So.
When you try to employ a style or a tactic? Do you try to dictate the pace? Do you base it on the opponent? Do you want to see what the energy is like in the fight? I guess my question is, when you go into the cage, do you feel like it's your job to control and dictate the pace and the action?
Well, it depends on the fighter. When you have fighter, you study the fighter.
Yep.
For this amateur fights, it's a little bit more difficult because you can get everything, like anything, any fighter. But the more fights you get, you can study the fighter and then work towards the weaknesses that your opponent has, so you can have the upper hand.
Now, do you know who your next opponent is?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Do you
Luis doesn't care any
He
day,
don't care.
anytime, any place.
Doesn't
do you
matter.
study up? You obviously want to know about them, but there's a point where you can almost obsess over who your opponent is, right?
Yes, this is like a mix. This is where
Whoa!
I mix. Nice takedown.
Yeah, very nice. Good strength there by Barros.
Brick shithouse.
Ooh.
Good job turning him.
I feel like we might see these both men kind of let loose a little bit here in round number 2.
Well, I feel like Ramos knows he wants to go to the ground at this point.
Yeah, this is a great fight. We're watching combinations of like striking and wrestling, which is we don't see that much in the amateur. We only see like either pure wrestling or pure striking.
Good job with the level change. He's got those legs sucked in. Can he work up into the mount? Musa doing a nice job bringing that right knee up. Trying to close it into mount. Nice work by Ramos. Barros has the left arm locked down, but being against Cage and not having a hip or a bump, there's not much to do with it.
Yes, in this situation, the best thing that you can do if you're Barros is put your hands on the hips and escape. Concentrate on escaping instead of grabbing an arm.
You know, you're going to make us feel like lesser things. I can't roll my R's like that, Luis. We've been screwing his name up all night.
That's why I'm from the island, Puerto Rico.
I couldn't do that if I tried.
No chance. That's hard Barros for me. Barros.
Yeah, Barros.
Barros.
Like he borrows something.
Yeah, like he
Real Barros.
Yeah, he borrows shit and don't return it.
And have fun getting it back. He'll kick your ass. Good job by Ramos, though, right here. Controlling. We're down to almost a minute left. Ramos doing a nice job with his head. He gets that right arm back. Musa doing a nice job using the cage to wall walk.
See the crowd cheering
Yeah.
for Musa.
And it does help, but when you're in mount, you know, you're not going to be
It's
Hulk
hard.
Hogan all of a sudden.
Yes, sir.
It's got to be frustrating though, right, Lewis? Like you hear the chants and the cheers, but there's just in
That's
this
right.
situation, there's not much you can do.
Nice job trying to frame with that left elbow.
Also, too, with novice rules here, no ground and pound to the face. That really changes things. Despite that, though, Ramos still doing a nice job. I think Barros is marked up a little bit.
He is, and he's a longer guy, so he's using that to his advantage on the base of the mount.
Excellent control.
Yes.
This is going to be big for Ramos.
But Barros doing a good job getting that right knee back. Oh, he transitions to side mount.
Yeah,
getting that
he's
left
working.
knee shield in. Ramos is slick.
He is, and he looks very calm and relaxed as well.
Great job.
He looked like he wanted to make up for that first round. He was pissed.
That is right. And that's an excellent technique. It's super smart because, you know, your opponent is very tough. We see that Barros is really tough. Rolling my R's.
You extra
Now
rolled
you're,
that
just
one.
now you're just showing off. bro.
Yeah.
And since he knows he's a really good striker, putting him to the ground and keeping him on the ground to get him tired is the best strategy that you can do.
Absolutely.
We're joined by, they told us, so before the fights, they said, you're going to be joined by Lou.
Well, because some people call him Lou, but I know him as
Yeah,
Luis.
they told me.
And we were like, who the hell's
I thought it was like an Albany Firebird guy or something.
So, which way? Do you prefer Lou, Luis?
It ain't Luis. It ain't
I-
Louis. It's Luis.
Luis.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Oh,
But yeah,
don't you coddle him. It's Luis.
people do call me. Well, one of my nicknames was Handsome Lou.
Handsome
So
Lou.
that's why
remember that.
people
I remember that.
call me Lou at the gym. Round 3, here we go.
He's smart. He's handsome, and he can kick your ass.
There you go.
Nice leg kick by Ramos. He's feeling himself right now, guys. Oh,
Nice counter.
nice job by Ramos. Barros got a. Oh, can he suck
Great
that leg in? Nice
strategy.
job.
Single leg,
Yep. Sucked it right in and turned that corner.
and he's going to put that pressure in.
And, you know, like we talk about all the time, Luis, you don't have to finish your opponent. You just have to control him.
Yes,
The fans love the finishes,
that is right.
but
But at the end of the day, you want to get that win.
yes.
And if to get that win, you have to, control that person, be on top all the time, not get the finish. That's still a win.
And he's not laying and praying. He's still doing work. He's transitioning between positions.
Yeah, and he's working within the confines of the rules as well. I mean, you can make an argument that if there was ground and pound strikes to the face, this fight could be different at this point.
Yes, when there's strikes to the head, either it could finish earlier. Or, you're using your hands and exposing yourself. That creates a space to escape. So it's just going to be
So
more.
it's not always
more
an
action.
advantage. It's more action.
Yeah.
Crowd trying to get behind Musa Barros.
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 I got to practice this for next time.
Barros.
We sound so white.
So white.
So white.
And we didn't sound.
We should be called like Brad and Chad.
We were fine until Luis showed up.
Not Lewis.
Not Lewis.
With the flavor. There you go.
By the way, Big Pisser is watching on the stream in Japan.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love the
El
big
Shaddai.
pisser.
Yeah, I got here on my notes. I was gonna talk about
El.
El Shaddai. Hey,
He's an interesting one,
he's
huh?
He's a
He's
champ.
a renaissance man.
He really is.
He is very entertaining. That's something that amateur fighters have to learn. Hey, like,
But he's
you're
also
fighting.
an artist. He's an artist.
Yes, you're fighting, but you also have to be a character, someone liked by the crowd,
Especially if you want to go pro.
someone that's marketable.
So
I asked him to bring back his robe. I like that. The
That's
white robe.
awesome.
Yeah.
he was very when I first came back to Cage Wars, I was like, oh, this guy's very polarizing. It turns out he's not. I mean, everyone just kind of loves him. But he does. When you put yourself out there, it's not easy coming off a loss. You know, you really put yourself out there. But he's fared much better with victories.
Good control. Great control.
Yeah, Ramos
Down
in
to the
control
body.
here of this fight right now. Final 10 seconds coming up. Got to be frustrating situation for Musa.
Yeah, it is for me. He's my teammate.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it just everything he tried, Ramos had an answer.
Yes.
But yeah, absolutely. You got to give Ramos credit there.
Yeah, the first round I gave it to Barros.
Yes.
And then after that, Ramos did
There he goes again.
he did the right assessment.
Now
in
I
his
want to eat
corner,
some
and
rice
then
and beans.
Then he came back with a good game plan. And he executed it to perfection.
Getting hungry now when you're talking like that, Luis. Need me some good food.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Doctor's checking everybody out.
Interesting fight. Is it tough for you, as you know, that's somebody that you've been in the trenches with, to see a guy like your teammate? Is it tough to see them have a difficult time out there?
Of course, it's hard because I train with these guys every day.
Yeah.
I train with these guys every day. I build a connection. I always want the best for them.
Yeah.
And this is not going to be anything for Barros. So, like this loss is not going to, make it not a great fighter. He's going to go back to the lab and he's going to get better, and then we're going to see the next fight.
You win or you learn.
Yeah, that's what makes the difference. Just to get to the next level.
And these are all young guys too. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Wow.
Turning 28 next week, November 6th.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So we'll talk about after this. I was going to talk to you about your training and how it may have changed a little bit since you've been to karate combat. You know, I'm sure you probably branched out a little bit, but we're going to bring it up to the ring announcer first.
The red corner with a unanimous decision. And by unanimous decision, in the red corner, the winner, Estrada Ramos.